What is up, everybody? Jason, aka Jester, and today we're going to be getting into something a little bit different. Today we're going to be kicking off my holiday cooking with something completely off the rails when it comes to the thought of a Thanksgiving dinner. Now, I know that not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving, but that doesn't mean you can't appreciate the recipe for what it is and even try this at home. Let me go get all my prep work done, and then I will bring you back in, and we're going to get started right away. And alrighty, boys and girls, we're going to get started with this one. It's a bit windy, so I apologize if we get some clutter into the mic. I'll try to clean that up and post as best as possible. But what we have here is some ground turkey. Now, I selected the 8515 because I think the fat content on this is going to make a huge difference as for it sticking together. If you went with the 93.7, which is typical when you do a ground poultry item, it's going to be a little bit more wet and it won't have that fat content, so I don't think it's going to hold together as better. So what we're going to do to start with this is we're going to add a little bit of Swiss. And while we're doing that, I will mention, and I'll put a card up in the top of the screen, that if you want to see how to get these things ready to go, I will link the mac and cheeseburger where I actually go in depth as to how to get this done, and then also how to do the bacon weave. So if you guys have those kind of questions, go watch that video and it should tell you everything you need to know. So that should be about a proper amount of Swiss there. Behind that, we're going to add just a little bit, not a little bit, quite a bit, of a dried stovetop stuffing mix. Don't overdo it. This is the biggest mistake people make when they do fatties, is overstuffing the actual roll, and it makes it almost impossible to get it out in one piece. The last bit that we're going to do is kind of a Thanksgiving tradition. We're going to be putting some craisins on here. Dried cranberries. And about like so. From there, all you really want to do is you come to the side of your work and you start to roll it over. Then you got to peel it back and then lift and roll it over. Again, this is all described in that video. Let me get this bit all done and then I'll show you the bacon wrap. Now on this one in particular, I want to work pretty quick because the turkey is already starting to fall apart a bit, and I feel like that was to be expected. But all we're really going to do is we're going to drop this straight down as carefully as I can into the middle of this, like so, leaving where we sealed it on the back side up. I'm going to be very careful here. And we're going to try to reform that just a touch. But you can see where it's starting to come apart. And I think this is the big difference between beef and ground poultry when you're working on something like this. Push it back just a hair. From there, like I showed you in the other video, you go this way, you go that way, and kind of close up the ends. Try to overlap that as much as possible. Put that on the bottom. I'm going to add just a little bit of barbecue rub to this, and then we're going to be cooking it today in the Traeger at 250. We're going to check it at about 2 hours, but I expect it's going to take about 2.5. Again, especially ground poultry, make sure you hit 165 internal all the way through. And just about like I thought, it was about 2 hours and 30 minutes. We went ahead and took this to 170 just to be completely sure. Again, when you're working with ground poultry in particular, be very, very careful. Let's go ahead and cut right into this. And I'm curious because you guys don't know this. Pretty much everything we do here is an experiment. I know enough about food that I can pretty much tell you if something's going to work or not, but that doesn't mean that they're always going to come out right. So this one was an experiment. Never tried these flavors before, never used ground turkey before. But as it turns out, this is what you get. Man, does that look good. Matter of fact, I'm going to cut me off just a little slice of that. And we're going to give it a taste test. Oh man, the stuffing comes through. That's really good. I know it's obligatory for the YouTuber to say, hey, it's really good. But guess what? It is really good. You got all the colors. It's going to set up a little bit as it rests. We literally just pulled this out, so probably want to give it a couple minutes to cool off. But I can't wait to eat more of this, man. And I wish I had some mashed potatoes and gravy. Till next time, guys, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, think about subscribing. Hit the bell. It'll just let you know when we're going live. And you're going to get more recipes and cool stuff that looks like this. Till next time, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.